This one is posted by Crypto Doctors 10. And the question is, what are the good and bad things about dating a Filipino girl as a foreigner? Need help, please? Okay. I recently got in touch with a girl from the Philippines who lives down south a couple months ago while traveling. I have seen her in person, but I spent only 3 days with her. I recently finished my studies and started working full-time 3 years ago, but I was born and brought up overseas in New Zealand. I am 27 and she is 22. I just started learning few words in Tagalog and Bisaya. We have a good chemistry so far and we like each other, but a lot of my friends are asking me to be careful about dating a Filipino girl from the province. She is from a poor family and has a very large extended family with lots of cousins. Her family wants me to support her and bring her to New Zealand in the future, but I have mentioned to her parents it's not something easy to do and I feel I need to take things slow. I would like to know what are the main things I need to keep in mind or be concerned about if I am looking to have a serious relationship for the future. Okay, for me, don't be concerned about looking to have a serious relationship in the future. I mean, this situation won't define you as a person in a relationship. So, her family wants you to support her and bring her to New Zealand. First of all, who are you gonna marry? The girl or her family? Although I said, if you're gonna marry the girl, you're gonna marry the entire family as well. But this is different. Her family shouldn't be the ones making decisions for you guys, okay? I mean, I'm just saying. If that's not what you plan in the future, you can be verbal about it so that they won't look forward for their plans happening. Or, what did your girl say? I mean, is she okay with her family telling her boyfriend what to do in the future? I mean, what's going on? For me, definitely you need to take things slow and observe some more. See, observe. And you have to keep in mind that it's all about you and your girl's happiness, okay? And not doing whatever her family wants you to do for the girl. They may be poor and whatever, but it all comes down to you and the girl. Let's see what the people of the internet says. Filipina here, who grew up in New Zealand. I agree with the comments here. The fact that her parents already told you that they want you to support their daughter and take her to New Zealand is quite sus. If they're regular parents, the thought of their daughter leaving for overseas with a stranger should be scary, right? Because Filipino family ties are too tight. But it's weird to me that they seem to be already okay with the idea without getting to know you as a person in a deeper sense, right? I caution you definitely take things extra slow, not just slow, extra slow. Don't mention plans of living together or marriage, as this might encourage her extended family to come to you for support. And definitely, don't send money at this point. Just get to know her as a person first without external and familial pressures. Enjoy the chemistry and connection you have. I hope to God she and her family are genuine and will put your doubts to rest as you get to know them. About, one thing you need to know about the culture is that you're essentially going to be marrying into the family. If that's something you're considering in the future, parents, especially those from poorer families, tend to see their kids as retirement plans. Sometimes as outright ATMs. This is why they're already pushing for you to support her and take her with you to New Zealand. My advice, take it slow. You're still at the dating stage, so just get to know each other a little bit more. If you're back in New Zealand, then this is already a long-distance relationship. But it's kind of easier now with video calls and such. Maybe go and visit again sometime when you can. Filipina here. I hope she doesn't sound like that. The girl sounds like she's easily buying into her family's mentality that in this day and age, marrying a foreigner is the way to a better life. I know that a lot of people here have warned you about what this means financially, and that is valid. But it is good to ask yourself if this girl has any serious plans for herself, independent of her family, and can you live with these plans? If she has plans to pursue her own career or studies, then great. Maybe if she chooses to leave the Philippines, it would help her greatly. But if she doesn't have these plans for personal development, tread carefully. Told you. It's slow. You might find yourself being pressured to take on the dependent. Okay, and this is from Odd Question Troawa 4. Dating a Filipina, have some awkward-ish questions I'd love to get some answers to. I wonder how awkward. Hey folks! I'm a 20-year-old Icelandic guy and currently I'm dating a Filipina who's a year younger. There's a few questions I'd love some answers to, but I either can't ask her right now, it's a bit late here in Iceland, and that she might not feel comfortable answering. Is there generally a stigma about Filipinas dating foreigners? She currently lives here in Iceland, only temporary as she's helping her sister out with some stuff. She leaves in January. But we've been dating for a few months now, and as far as I know, she likes me a lot and I like her a lot. This is just a purely hypothetical question, but after she leaves, we'd like to keep the relationship going, either via me visiting the Philippines, she lives in a town near Tacloban, or her visiting me here in Iceland. What would you think if you saw a white guy with a local girl? Is this really just a small question? I'm more worried about potentially meeting her parents, seeing as her dad's not very excited about his daughter dating a guy who he's never met while she's 20,000 kilometers away. I understand that a bit. Are Filipinos generally friendly? I know this is an odd question, but I'm from a country where people are generally pretty unfriendly with each other. Boy, okay, so Iceland is boring, huh? This is just a side question, but how's life in the Philippines? I'm afraid I really don't know enough about country's current status, but I'd like to ask you guys how living there is. What are the costs of living like, and so on? Thanks for answering. I'm guessing you folks get about 30 of these threads a day, but I hope you'll bear with me. Okay, first and foremost, don't just rely asking people, okay? You need to do your research, sir, okay? I mean, there's YouTube, there's Google, there's the entire internet. And I think since Filipinos are scattered all around the globe, you can encounter some, maybe a few, other Filipinos. But okay, to answer your question. So, okay, stigma about Filipinos dating foreigners? Yes. We have this saying,
Isa na lang pong Pilipina ang naiahon sa kahirapan, kanyang jowang afam. Nga, di wow.
yeah, there's this stigma about Filipinos dating foreigners because for here it's like a status symbol, you know. A Filipina here, because, you know, knowing that we are a third world country, we are poor, okay? Philippines is poor generally, okay? And dating with foreigners is like having a winning lottery ticket because it's like the foreigners are the saviors, the knight in shining armor that will save the damsel in distress, the poor Filipina from poverty, you know? So here, even though, because there are a lot of stories here, even though the Filipinas well off, and just because she has like a foreign boyfriend or husband, people who see them dating automatically thinks, oh, she's just after the money or green card. Well, it's not true in most cases because I still believe in true love, okay? Call me old school, but I still believe in love, okay? Leave me alone. That may be the case to other people, but it's just sad that it has become a stigma that whenever there's a Filipina dating foreigners, they're just after the money or the citizenship. So, yes. Second, I don't really think that her dad's not very excited in meeting his daughter's foreign boyfriend because the mere fact that you're gonna visit the Philippines to present yourself to her dad, that's already something, you know. It's already giving the responsible partner vibes, you know. It's like you're showing respect to her parents that you are serious about their daughter. So for me, you don't need to worry about that. Unless her family's got something going on. That's a different situation. Filipinos are generally friendly, period. Life in the Philippines is it depends. It depends where you sit your butt, okay? If you're on the upper class, then living here is, but otherwise, it's hard. Because, well, if the US and other rich countries are suffering from inflation, we do too here, okay? Everything's expensive these days. So, Filipinos are generally friendly, okay? It's like everywhere you go, with or without a degree, almost everyone can speak in English. Like, if you got lost, you can ask anyone. You can even ask, like, homeless people on the streets. Like, they can give you directions. If you need help carrying your luggage, they can do that too. But you just gotta be careful, because not to bring my own people down, but there are a lot of scammers in the streets, I mean, it's not just here, it's everywhere. But basically, Filipinos are very friendly. So life in the Philippines is hard. Depends on where you're from, depends on what you do. But I mean, if you got a nice job, you got a lot of resources, you know how to go around. I mean, it's gonna be super fun living in the Philippines. I mean, I love my own country, even though I have a lot of issues here and there, but I love my country. Everyone's friendly. Living here is cheap, okay? But you only get what you pay for. I mean, don't expect that much for cheap items or cheap services anyway. But, I mean, it is what it is. But basically, everyone's friendly here. It's way cheaper compared to Western countries. So, I mean, you know what?
There's only one way to find out.
So I guess that would be all for today. I hope you enjoyed. I mean, and if you do, let's do this again sometime in the future. Okay? Like this, baka naman pwedeng like and subscribe. Okay? Bye-bye.